Kia ora rawatu, nei rata mihi kia koutou katoa no mai hara mai. We are at the Super 8 final here, Kirikiri Roa. A warm welcome to you through Whakata Māori as we celebrate the best of our rangatahi sport. And two proud kura going head to head here in the big final. Great to have you along. Nei rata mihi, nei rata mihi, nei rata mihi. Well, joining me in commentary today, and sort of unusual twist, it's our young fella Lewin. Many of you might know him as Moiho husband. Tēnei te mihi atu kia koe Moiho. Au whakaro te kemu nui.
Mihi ana ki a koe papa o tira kia whakata Māori. Nāku anoi whai wāhi mai ki tēnei o ngā kēmu whakamutunga. Te kanikani nui me ki, the big dance here in Hamilton, Kirikiri Roa. It's a beautiful day for football. Congratulations to both teams that made it this far. And also I'd like to acknowledge the other teams that didn't quite make it to the big dance. However, what an awesome occasion for both proud schools to come here. And Rippon's, we've got a dog shot. Big ups to the team here at Whakata Māori. And the stream shot, it's compulsory, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an obligatory shot that they always put into our coverage, and that's getting the goodie. So the guys are waiting for their teams to come on out, and we'll run through the team lists and also a nice little piece that we have to share with you too. That was filmed a couple of days ago. Well, here's the Rotorua Boys High School lineup. Rounds is playing strong. Tupou is looking good too. Aumua's got some big raps, and they've got some flying Fijian guys on the wings as well here today. Salambao is fine, and Thama also really can cut and slice. And so a good team to look out for.
For sure. And you spoke earlier on with the coach of the Rotorua Boys team, and we'll throw to them just right now.
Kia ora, coach, and the big dance. I guess the players will be pretty excited, a chance to take the big trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited to be here. The boys have worked really hard, and the feeling's been really good at the opportunity today to pick up two really big trophies in New Zealand schoolboy rugby. So the boys are going to relish it, and hopefully they come out and just really express themselves and leave it all out there.
A few players who have impressed you through the season. Who can we look out for this afternoon?
I think Sione Tupou at hook is definitely one to watch. He's our top try scorer there with 19 tries he's sitting on this season. I think also Harold Rounds, loose head prop, really high work rate and great ball carrier. And then probably in the backs, I think Maraki Aumua is probably one to watch out for today. I think the conditions today really suit him, and I think he'll really go out there and put on a show.
Good luck today, coach.
Thank you.
Ko te reo tērā o te kaiako o te kapa o Kirikiri Roa. Ka whakawhiti atu I nā ka tirohia ki ngā rarangi kapa o enei o ngā kai tākoro. Kia tūpato mō ngā paumua nei, Martin, Ledge, Brewis, Drum, Mathis and Atherson. Mr. Lunovic is there at our first 5-8. He's got a big job on his hands this afternoon.
And I caught up with the coach of the Hamilton Boys High School hosting this Super 8 and Waska Cup final just a few moments ago. Greg, it's the big one today, of course, and you must be really proud of the way the guys have handled themselves, with their footy, but they also look like they've got a lot of team spirit and unity amongst the squad in the warm-up.
Yeah, no, we're very happy with how the boys have been tracking so far. They've been pretty sort of full on in terms of making sure that they're focused on what they need to do, and performance is key for them. Coming into a final like this, though, it's always important to make sure you're well prepared, especially against a team like Rotorua. They've proven over the years that they're a very strong team, and so far this year they've done the same thing.
Obviously there's some real talent in your squad, a few names that our viewers can look out for that they might see grow going forward. Who's had good seasons from your read?
Our 7 and co-captain Ollie Mathis, he's had an excellent season. Our other co-captain Akitua Vailala in the centres, they've played very, very well. And Peyton Spencer at fullback, of course, just a glider, comes in and looks quite good when he's at full flight.
Well, we're looking forward to the game. I'm sure you are too.
Brilliant, yes, so looking forward to seeing how things go, and we know it will be a tough one, that's for sure.
Good luck out there.
Thank you very much.
Kia ora.
Ko te reo tērā o te kaiako o te kapa o Kirikiri Roa. Now we'll throw to a package, Dale. Unlike us going to school to eat rugby, eat lunch and play rugby, it's awesome to hear some whakaro of our tumuaki and our captains of both squads.
Yeah, on Saturday against Rotorua, I think we're going to go right as long as everyone plays their A game, turns up and expects to work real hard.
It's been different over the last few years. We're just rejoicing in the fact that we have got a competition this year. This team is a young team. They've really worked hard to get to where they are at the moment. You know, it hasn't been a dream team. It's just been a team made up of wonderful young men who've made it through really hard work and a lot of self-discipline.
E tino hikaka ahau me te tima katoa mō tēnei kēmu, engari kua riri tātou. Ki te mahi inga mahi, kua mahi mātou, inga kēmu, kua tākaro kē mātou, ki te tākaro mātou I tō mātou kēmu.
It's been really hard for not only me but for our team to make it to where we are now. It really starts from pre-season to all the trainings. We wake up in the morning and afternoon preparing us for this final.
It's been a battle to get through the Super 8 teams. They're all traditional rivals, the teams we've got long histories against. So in this particular season we've also had the Muasca, which has gone from Rotorua to us, and every team that comes here to play us, we know they've got an extra incentive to get up for that match.
Yeah, it's been really tough for us getting through to the final. Every team's out to get us, so I think that's real good for us, just being, we've got to be on top of our game all the time.
We're like every First 15 at this level. We back ourselves to be a really hard-working First 15. We like to think that we work harder than others, but in reality, the quality of First 15 programs these days means that everyone's working hard.
We are pleased to make it. You know, it was that through the bounce of the ball in another game. But I do think that we deserve to be there, so it's big ups to our boys.
Good win against New Plymouth, which determined us to be in the final. So yeah, we know that Hamilton will be a tough side. They always are. So the boys are ready for it.
Limiting our errors. You know, Hamilton are a team that don't make a lot of errors. So for us to be in the game, we have to make sure we limit our errors. But I think also just making sure we know who we are. So playing our style of rugby and you know, putting everything out there on the field. And I want our boys to express themselves.
If we just, you know, play the full 70, play to our structure, I think, yeah, hopefully we get the job done.
Oh, just that first whistle. Whoever gets the ball, tell them to run it. Yeah. Basically it. No fear. Can't have fear when you play here.
Yeah, it's been a mean season, eh? Probably the best team of boys that I've been a part of. It's been an awesome season. We've had some up and downs, but I've been pretty consistent.
We hold the Super 8 very close to our hearts, and to make the final is a moment that they will all cherish, I'm sure.
To win, I think that we just need to express ourselves like we've been doing all season, and just not overthink it, and just play like we've been playing, yeah.
We're back to the action that just perhaps reflects the importance, the mana that is on the line here today. As we welcome the two teams here to Kirikiriroa onto the park. Wonderful crowd on hand as they do battle for both the Muasca Cup and also the Super 8 trophy. Of course, big ups to all of the teams who've taken part, and big ups as well to Whakaata Māori for the Māori Active platform, which is encouraging all of us to be active later in life. And so the reason that we're focusing across the platforms with Māori Active is so that our rangatahi realise that sport is part of our community, and as they grow into adults and young dads and young mums, that they too should involve themselves in the sporting culture, which really meshes our fabrics together, the fabric of our communities together. As you can see, the actual ground here is in fantastic condition. Beautiful, beautiful day down here in Hamilton. There's got to be 1,000 or so people who gathered around the sideline today, and really looking forward to this one. And of course, as is expected here from both these proud schools, we await the haka.
Yeah, kei ware iahau ko te tuku mihi ki ngā hautipua I tū ki tērā o ngā whakataetai, the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. It was an awesome opportunity to see our athletes take out about 50 or so medals, and obviously an inspiration to kids at this young age to try and career pathway into professional sport. But like you say, it's an awesome opportunity once again for them to play in the grand final of the Super 8 tournament 2022.
Congratulations to both these teams and the other 6 teams who made up this proud competition across the Central North Island. Tauranga, New Plymouth, Gisborne, Hastings, Napier.
Ana kua takoto te manuka ko ngā raukura tērā o Rotorua nui o Kahumata Momoi anei te whakautu a kiri roa e haere ake nei. E piko he taniwha, waikato taniwharau, e mihi ana ki ngā kaihaka, ngā kapa e rua, te whakanui i ngā mahi a tāne rore, a hine te rehia.
It's such a wonderful start to New Zealand sport, and it's renowned across the world, isn't it, as we see taonga that are on the line here, as well as obviously the mana, the pride that your school feels as they are the Super 8 champions for the summer period. They'll hold it until the competition restarts back in 2023. But a wonderful opportunity to celebrate these young men, and I'm sure that the discipline that is needed to be part of a top sporting crew within any school also is reflected in their attitudes to other aspects of their life, the way they look at their opportunities through study, the family and whānau relationships that they nurture as well. It's all part of helping to grow our young sports people into fine adults, and we're really pleased to have you with us here as we take the ride, the Super 8 final of 2023. Whakata Māori, the hosts, ko Dale, ko Lewin, the kai kōrero here this afternoon, and this beautiful celebration of rangatahi sport as we just await the tangi of the putatara to get us underway. All is well, great opportunity to celebrate rugby. 35 minutes a half. This is the Super 8 final for 2023 on Whakata Māori. And the kick-off obviously has gone awry right from the get-go.
Well, no really excuse for that miscommunication. It's perfect conditions here this afternoon at Kirikiriroa. Minimal wind. Ground seems in good nick, doesn't it, Dan?
Sure does. The ground's in great condition. But it's sort of settled down too. And interesting to hear Sione Tupou says, just get hold of the ball and run hard, run straight. First penalty of the afternoon.
Yep, that's right. Just important to complete their sets and hold on to the ball, as we see here off his feet is the reasoning for the penalty.
Well, there's going to be a little bit of to and fro in the early exchanges. As you can see, proud Tura will go across for the line on the far side of the field. Yeah, that was a spirited haka there. Kailis Putoko leading that too for the home team. So here's the first throw and beautifully received to his Mac Russ gets hold of the ball and well, work it out through the line and immediately injecting into the lines Jamie Brewer.
Yeah, nice little inside ball there from Rangiwai Lunovic to his lock there, Jamie Brewer, who hit a great line, just unlucky there not to hold on to the footy. We catch it here again, the inside ball here.
Nicely weighted, was it?
Kailis Putoko.
Popping it back on the inside with a little knock on. So that'll give Rotorua a chance to feed the scrum here.
Ana he noke nonoke kei te haere ki Wanganui Pū I te whira. Let's see what sort of magic the Rotorua boys can pull from this scrum here.
So Tamati gets hold of the ball, peels it across to the right-hand side, which is taken by Sabatini. Decides to send it immediately downtown, but it hasn't quite gone in the direction that he wanted. Looking forward to seeing Peyton Spencer inject himself into the Hamilton boys line as well. He played exceptionally the last time we covered a match here, which is probably 4 weeks ago now, up against Tauranga Moana. That was Sabatini's kick, as you can see, just out on the full. So an opportunity for possession squandered there as we now see the home team working their magic for Tuivai Lala. Now that's Spencer down the right edge too. Lovely ball delivered up to Zach Coffey, but he couldn't quite link up with his inside runners, and he too ends up across the touchline, just 10 or so metres out from the try line.
Yeah, some expensive footy we're already seeing here, Dale, this afternoon. I think both teams are giving up possession of the footy quite early, but goes to show there that they're not afraid of the context being in the grand final, still keen to flick the ball around.
So the throw in, and now working hard. Here come Hamilton. They really want to assert their domination at the moment, especially in the forward space. So rucking and working hard to control the football. Referee's got his eye right on it too. It's coming out the back here now. Russ gets hold of it. They're out through the line, and nice little ball. And chiming in with the hold that just opens up wide for Tui by Lala. Well, he came into the game with some big raps already from his coaching staff. He's been on fire through 2023, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, too easy. It looked there off the set play. Just running some nice lines. Congratulations to the home team for breaking the ice and getting on the board this early stage of the game.
Yeah, well, it was actually nicely worked. There was some good work down the right edge too. When Zach Coffey ran it across into touch, they ended up feeding the scrum. They held the ball in there for a long time, and then Mac Russ just sensed the time. This is him getting hold of the football here now, and the try assist has to be credited to Lunovic. In fact, it was Putoko who delivered up the ball, but it was an ace line, and a great result for Aki Tuivai-Lala. I want to watch here this afternoon. Obviously one of the stars of the show throughout the course of 2022, I should say.
Koia, tika tau, ko te tū whāngai e pāhi ana, e whāngai ana I te pōro ki tana toru kuata. Centres both combining really well there. Nice overs line, and through the gap, it was a great way for the home team to get some points on the board.
So we're just adding the extras. Good start. This is what Hamilton Boys High would have wanted. They had to withstand a lot of pressure last week as Hastings took them down to the wire, and it's Peyton Spencer who adds the extras. 7-0, bit of a wake-up call early on here for the boys in the Sulphur City. But they know that they're in for a real tussle here. If they're going to get across this Hamilton Boys High School team, they're going to have to play out of their skin. And I remind you, the squad is unbeaten, so confidence level sky high. Tuivai-Lala has certainly been one of the standouts, and he's getting great support from his inside distributors. Back to the halfway now for the restart. Glad to have you with us. 35-minute halves here this afternoon. Not a great deal of wind to speak of, to be honest, considering what we have had. That's a little disappointing. Almost an opportunity here for Rotorua. They've got hold of the ball, some strong stuff in the mix. Delivered up nicely here by Brayton Legg. In downtown, not looking for a touch, not finding it anyway. Back on the inside. The fullback decides we'll have a run. They've got some flying Fijian wingers out there at the moment there. Malakai Thama. He's got real pace if he can find himself in a hole. This one doesn't find touch. It's taken by O'Moore, one of the standouts too for Rotorua. Trying to link up with his support players, and they muscle around him now. Out to Tamati. Peels the ball across very quickly. Setting the stage here, Rotorua. They just need to maintain control, keep possession for a few phases, and really start to upset the rhythm, the defensive rhythm of the home team.
E ko te wā tuatahi tēnei Dale te peka mai, te tīma ki tēnei hauruatanga o te whira. This is the first time that the Rotorua boys have actually been in the half of their opposition. Let's hope that they manage to combine some phases and put a bit of pressure on this defensive line of the Hamilton Boys College.
So Case van der Heijden takes the ball in, and again it's Tamati, this time into the hands of Tupou. He's been the top try scorer, as his coach referenced, 19 tries in 2022, which is an outstanding figure for a hooker. And to the back it comes, and O'Moore chimes in once again. Gee, he's good, he's elusive. Manages to pop the pass back to him, picks up Sabatini. He drives forward. This has been fine play here from Rotorua. But in the end, the faux pas will have them come on back and end up turning over possession. But some promising efforts there in what were multiple phases of play with ball in hand.
Koia, kia tūpato ki tērā furupeke, te haika, te hiku, o Rotorua, Maraki O'Moore. He looks very dangerous. Look, he puts a little chip in for himself. Not too sure why the penalty was given. Possibly they're passing off the ground.
Well, they're back up into centre field at the moment, but I tell you what, if the first try there from Troy Vailala was a warning shot across the bows for Rotorua, they've answered in kind, and they are here to play this afternoon. There's a long, long way to go here in this Super 8 final, and it's taken by Rotorua. We have possession again. Max Hutchings has had a good year and shows us why. The skip bounce is good, and they peel out to the left-hand side. Sabatini finds his way back in. He's taken out by his opposite number, Putoko. To the back, Van der Heijden this time. And here he is again, Tupou. Bullocking run, low to the ground and plenty strong, the hooker. Prepared to give the ball some latitude and air at the moment as O'Moore is taken out, and a good defensive effort here from Hamilton. Holding their ground too, and again it's Tupou. Very involved, the hooker. To the right, it's Van der Heijden, and now getting up the back, Thama, I should say. This is Malakai Thama. Spelt with a C, pronounced with a TH, which is the Norman, the Fijian lingo. Inside ball too, classily delivered. They're still in possession here, and another chance to add some meterage here for the visitors from the Sulphur City.
Ana he pōhe he nōku he pāhi whakamua, tērā pāhi whakaroto. Hoia no I reira pū te kaiwa wāo e mātaki-taki mai nā he rutu. Taitai te karanga. High tackle there, which was around the chest. A bit of a seatbelt tackle, but hey, players' welfare is very important.
Of course it is, I know. We've seen worse, sure. But, in this grade, and in fact right across our contact sports, they're really trying to discourage those shots that can drift up into the neck and around the head. Sure, there are going to be accidents, but if you let players know your expectations, then they'll modify their technique. Unfortunately for Rotorua, they weren't able to contain the ball this time around, even though Max Hutchings gets in, asks the referee a few questions.
Game management and rugby IQ is very important, paramount, Dale, in big games like this. It's vital that the hookers, halfbacks, first fives get the basics right to ensure that they're playing at the right end of the field and holding on to the pill.
Whakaata Māori active. Really pleased to have you along here for the final of Super 8. Big ups to all of our rangatahi watching in, all the fun of these guys proudly strutting their stuff here on the grand final stage. Beautiful day. Spring is in the air. Daffodils are growing on the field over there. Do you see them, son, over the other side there?
Turn it up, mate.
Yes, and fluffy. Look at those.
We're watching the footy. We're watching bloody daffodils. What's going on?
Fluffy little lambs over the back there in the fields of the Waikato. And, of course, the trees denuded at the moment, but I'm sure that they'll be covered with spring growth. As we get back to the footy, thanks for reminding us. Okay, so now it's the home team, Hamilton. Kirikiriroa with the football. Yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to drive. Drive low.
Really good work there from Brooke Mitchell. He was on his feet, and the Hamilton boys weren't releasing. Koina te taunakitanga o te hāmene, te whakapapa me ki o te hāmene. As we see again, great tackle there. Broke off the scrum, made his way across, on his feet, not releasing. Well done there from Brooke Mitchell, or Brooke McCaw in that instance.
So just awaiting the chance, they'll be trying to slot the 3 points, and that's understandable too. In grand finals, you take them while you can get them. And this one certainly in kickable range.
I know we're not in Tāmaki Makaurau, but I'd just like to do a bit of a shameless plug to the Manukau Rovers, who took out the 1A competition last weekend up against Ponsonby.
That is shameless. It's because of your Tūhoe connections. It's a Tūhoe club, I'm sure. Yeah, it was fantastic. It's been 49 years since they've won that. And they knocked over Ponsonby last week in a real tussle right to the wire. But here we are, looking to get 3 back. Rotorua, and it will be a valuable 3 if this left footer can do the business. Flags are up. All is well. Guys, there's a bubbling down at the Sulphur City. 7-3 scoreline. There's your kicker there, Keith Van der Hayden. Case the Celtics and all the sponsors that have helped us to bring this rangatahi program through for Kata Māori. Celtics likewise, Māori active, Māori plus as we get a charge down, and that's going to put some pressure on here. And this guy's been real good this year, and he does the business yet again. It's Ollie Mathis. Well, they were talking him up before the game, and he appears out of nowhere and literally steals a try from the boys from Rotorua.
Kāre kore ka pukuriri te kaiwawa, te kaiako me ki o te kapa o Rotorua. Ka tahi anō rātou ka whiwhi he whana hāmene. They got 3 points on the board. Then from kick-off, a charge down took place, and the Rotorua boys are back over again for their second try this afternoon.
Yeah, well, it's pretty deadly. Get a look at him. So there's the charge down. Mathis had a lot of work to do. He's still 5 or 6 metres away and managed to just graft, crawl, struggle, slide all the way to the prize. And he's a player with tremendous ability. And they talked him up too. The coaches said that he had a wonderful season. Really measured kid too. He was in that a piece that we had interviewed prior to kickoff today. So a young guy with a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence, and showing why he's been such a good leader here for the home team. That was a stab in the guts, wasn't it, really, for Rotorua? He must have been feeling that they were on their way.
Yeah, that's right. He thought the tide had slowly turned, but yeah, a bit of a wake-up call, a bit of a reminder to the Rotorua boys team that Hamilton's here, and they're here for a reason. No mucking around.
Looking to add the extras. We'll ride it home with the fullback Spencer. This one drifts across the face of the uprights, and no extras, but even so, a good scoreline here as they kick out to a 12-3 lead. Let's have another look at it.
Ana he tirohanga tuarua tēnei ki te piro I haere ake nei. He pōhehe I tūhapa te paumua rā. I thought he may have been a little bit offside, but wasn't caught up by the ref there. Well done. Once again to Ollie Mathis.
One to watch out for. certainly we asked the coaches who they thought you at home, us here, should keep an eye out for, and they've been pretty accurate. And, Mathis has been good. Sione Dupo, I want to see him with the football too, as confidence starts to build up. Here's Lunovic, gets hold of the ball, weaving through the middle. Come Hamilton. Rotorua's defenders, though, they say it's time for us to get hold of that football. As it comes back to Spencer for a clearing kick. Taken at the back and willing to have a run too. This is the Harmalate out there. Sets it up nicely, lays it back. Now through the middle comes Harold Round. He's lost the football though. Play on, says the referee. Rotorua have the ball. It's taken in there and delivered up by Liam Sturm. Putoko this time around. Looking to deliver. Through the middle. Powerhouse running. A surging run too from the big number 8, Liam Anderson, and manages to get a good little offload as well. They're scrambling on defence here at the moment, Rotorua. To the right they come. It's Jamie Brewer. Powerfully carried this time around for Brewer as well. Dished up by Russ, that's him. This is Spencer. Gets into the line first receiver, stepping back on the inside, pops the pass up. This is smart footy here you're witnessing from Hamilton Boys High School. Ball has gone to ground, and it is Thummer who will cover up here for Rotorua, and they'll be happy to just get themselves out of trouble as that gone where they needed it to be. In fact, the referee's going to call them back, but solid play and sustained pressure there from the home team.
That inside ball again, Dale's really catching Rotorua boys slipping a little bit. Nice to see the first receiver sort of taking the ball to the line and then turning it back on the inside. There we see again with Liam Anderson.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
He's a unit, all right.
And there's Thummer gets caught there, and he's trying to scramble to get out of trouble. They've really got to keep their eye on the prize here, Rotorua, because as we move through into nearly 18 gone.
Ana koe nei ko te āpopotanga o te whutuporo Māori, te whutuporo o Aotearoa me ki ko ngā ōpango o te āpopo. Tomorrow's All Blacks right in front of us, Dale. We're spoiled for talent out there. In a few years, who knows where these young men will be.
Yeah, well, that's the exciting part about rangatahi sport, isn't it? Without wanting to put too much pressure on them, I mean, their attitude, circumstances will determine if they get a chance to take it further in a professional sense. But yeah, quite conceivably, we could be looking at some of the stars of tomorrow. This guy's very good, isn't he? Peyton Spencer. And that tap up on the far side of the field. Play on, says the referee. Shunt and grunt from Maki Tuivailala. He's a solidly built centre, and when they get the ball to him in space, he can really cause his opposite defenders plenty of problems. Have another look at him as he goes in.
Tino nei, ana. Tiro here, ano nei he bloody trucker. The truck running up the guts and bowling that poor bloke over. Here we go, have another look at it.
I think it was Thummer. Oh, where?
Oh, just hit in the wrong place.
Is he okay?
Hope he's okay.
That's number 13. Oh, yep. Just be getting some running repairs. And again, a chance for us to acknowledge Bailey's and Caltex and all these sponsors who've come in. They really have backed this idea of creating platforms to celebrate rangatahi sport. We're talking netball and squash. We're talking touch and tag. All the codes that our young people want to be in. We've got an obligation to provide the pathways for them to participate. And one of those is by having strong media coverage so they can celebrate these various codes. I take my hat off to Whakata Māori for looking to enhance the opportunity for our young people to have sporting lives post-school. Back into the action live here. Super 8 final from Kirikiriroa today across Whakata Māori. And of course, a lot of support here for the home team, as you would expect. Big ups to our viewers in Rotorua who are hoping for the best for their team. So, a penalty to Rotorua. A try early on, 5 minutes in to Tuivailala. It looked pretty straightforward to a gap opened and he charged through. And then Mathis with that superb effort. And really after a scoring opportunity, you've just got to be very careful and cautious on defence. They weren't. As we look down the sideline. Everyone knows it's the big game, or as we refer to it sometimes, the big dance. It's grand final time in Super 8, and now it's Rotorua trying to get the ball out wide. Now, this guy's got some pace, and it's a great defensive effort from Coffey to shut down the flying thumber. Still, though, with Rotorua, looking forward to seeing Mariki Omua chiming in, and pressure there coming on too by Lunovic. Back to Billy Carmichael here. He's got hold of it, Bailey, I should say. And look at this carry, legs driving and pumping just to get an extra couple of metres out to the left-hand side and doubling around. The big lock forward is taken out. Brooke Mitchell. Referee comes back. Great opportunity here for Rotorua.
Me mihi ka tika ki te ihi, ki te wehi, ki te wana o te rārangi wawao, o te haukainga. Certainly without the ball, Hamilton boys are still putting a sting in. The defensive efforts are really second to none. Backs and forwards really not afraid to pull their socks up and get into it. However, great territory, great possession. Another awesome opportunity for the Rotorua boys to respond here.
There's a great defensive effort there on Brooke Mitchell. Rotorua have some good field position here. 22 gone, 35-minute halves. Rotorua with the football. And driving, and working, and pushing, and carrying, and look at that.
Papa te ahua nei he piro hamene, penalty try, and a card. Te rāpea, ākene pe ana, he kāri kowhai. Te kau miniti e whakatāna, professional foul down, pulling down the ruck as they were mauling over the try line, like you say, driving and driving and driving. Penalty try under the sticks.
Don't see it too often.
E aha ko te piro, ko te tino ngārara, taniwha, mate me ki ko te whakatahangia o te tihi o ngā kai tākaro. 15 versus 14 for the next 10.
So no penalty, no conversion obviously.
Yeah, possibly a tūne hou. Ana, automatic. Te kau mārua, te kau ngā kaute ia nei, kua hoki mai te kapa o Rotorua kahu mata mamoi.
So the wātunga mihi nui ka koe kōrero. And Lewin to the back, this is the guy we want to see, Mariki Omua. Got speed, he's got pace, delivers up a nice little ball out to the left-hand side too and finds Van der Hayden. So Rotorua keeping themselves in the hunt. That was a really fine effort too, driving towards the line as we see Taumanu Walker with the ball now. Tamati wanted to give the ball some air, but the defence is up quickly too for the home team, as it should be. And now it's in the hands of Liam Sturm. He delivers it up cleanly. Popped to the left-hand side by Russ. Then the kick down the left edge. The bounce is going to be important here, and it's taken by Teote. A little bit of a juggle at the back, and seems to have been a knock-on anyway.
Ka hore tērā he maka whakamua ki au nei, te hoki whakamuri ke te whurupeke rā. Ana, hei tirohanga anō mā tātou. Good defence one again. Shoulder under the footy and popped it out. Here we see the slight knock on, as the ref states. Tough call on the first five there.
In this case, Van der Hayden. He'll be disappointed, but reasons for them to be very mindful of how they can defend their line. Hope you enjoy the action here. This is Super 8 final. Last week's final for Hamilton boys was a last-minute affair as well, right down to the wire. There's no reason to suspect that this could be any different. You're going to fight all the way, both these teams. Everything's on the line. The season, the pride, the banter from their schoolmates. Win and lose, obviously, part of schoolboy life, but it's two proud schools giving their all here on the footy field, and the referee will be unsatisfied with that.
Yeah, hey, week 3, term 3, there's still a lot of education and studies and bookwork and assessments and credits to gain for these young men. Let's hope that they go hard on their academics as well and either go into tertiary studies or find a trade and be good to their mums and know where the details are.
That's right, that's very important in life. When are you going to learn it? Here we go. So, Scrumpy, a little bit scrappy at the moment. Understandable though, they've been working pretty hard. The Scrums just tending to be hitting the deck.
Most of the possession have been with Hamilton boys, even though they have one of their players in the bin. It's really important that Rotorua try and take advantage of having that one-man overlap. However, in the wrong end of the field, without the footy at the moment.
So through the hands here. Lunovich, oh, this is going to be dangerous out on the left edge. That's Brodie Robinson. He's bundled into touch. Out there is Waisaka Salamau.
Ana he ahua titaha te haere. Ara, kāre te tehi e anga whakamua ana. All running a bit too sideways for my liking there, pups.
There was somebody needed to straighten.
Goya.
There it is. They look like an egg behind them, and there's the downtowner, and that's been pretty good too. They want a quick restart, and so that's duly delivered to Peyton Spencer. He's trying to weave his magic through the middle of the track. His teammates merge around him. Again, Lunovich keeping the ball alive. Putoko. Nice offload here for Coffey. Stands to deliver. Coffey bundled towards the touchline in the end. He leaves the ball back on the inside. The referee says it will be for Rotorua.
Ka rawe ki ngā pukenga oma. Te parirau rā, te parirau matau. Zach Coffey showed a nice little in and out. And that, we'll see it again here. Good defence. Bootlace tackle. He feeds the ball back before he ends up over the sideline.
Multi-active have been able to work their way down field here. 29 gone. McCarthy with the throw. This is where they've got to be very careful with their defence. Look at it being held up at the back of the wall. And Mathis is the danger man. You're back fancy their chances, I'm sure that they will be at the moment. Hamilton from close range. Trying to drive towards the line. It's still incomplete. The big number 8, Anderson, is waiting for the ball. They haven't got there yet. Rotorua very stoic in their defence if they manage to get a turnover. They have indeed, and they've weathered the storm, and it was Sione Tupou once again.
Ana te piki wharara. I reira e āta tiaki ana I tana rārangi piro.
He's tough as teak, isn't he? 19 tries, but his defensive work and qualities are really exemplary here. And certainly his teammates are looking on.
Tiro hia ki ona waiwai kauri. Jesus. Big.
Massive.
Big trunks, isn't he?
For sure. There's a character too in that piece. Just hit the ball and run straight ahead. We've got to show no fear here, he says.
19 tries. Wow, showing his wingers up.
So here he is with the throw-in. They survived that little onslaught by Hamilton boys. This is a fitting scoreline in a grand final. Look at the solid work here. Both teams really having a go out there today. The runner is on the inside here if he can get the pass. Looking for it was Tamati. To the right-hand side we come. And it's the big, hard-running Brooke Mitchell, who goes flying forward. Now he lays it back. Here come Rotorua. Have they got numbers down the right edge? Through Van der Hayden. Can they control the football? They have at the moment. Tamati, back to the hard-running Lavudi. He's the ground, 6 metres out from the line now. Tamati, Jai Tamati. Now it's Brooke Mitchell again. Looking to turn him around, but he gets good body position as he goes to deck. Sarusi Ravudi has the ball, and there he is here, the man with the tree trunk legs. He gets himself over Sione Tupou, but he can't get the ball down.
Oh, we're taipari, tai timu, tēnei tukinga, ebb and flowing the tide. One team's got the hand over the other. Rotorua's bouncing back, another inside ball that's really on show here this afternoon.
Great tool, isn't it? You know, because they're looking to shape wide and then just popping the pass close on the inside. This is Tupou's charge towards the line, and he only came up fractionally short too, but the referee was well positioned to make that call. It was very dangerous close to the line.
Ka hoki aku mahara ki tērā o ngā kaitākaro o mua. There was Tongan Thor from the Sacred Heart college team that's overplaying for the Reds, I think, at the moment, who's got a sort of similar running style to Sione Tupou, the Tongan Thor.
The Rotorua Boys High School Thor. Anyway, there'll be some pretty Thor bodies after this one. You can bet on that one too, son. Okay, we're right in front of the sticks. And a chance for Rotorua Boys High School to take the lead for the first time here this afternoon. They've shown some real character here. A penalty try, admittedly, and this will be the second of their penalties. But that was a good period of play for them. I'm surprised if there's a miss here. And the flags are up and the lead is taken 13-12. Well, just a couple of minutes to play in the first half of this grand final.
Ai kia mōhio wai koutou te hunga mā taki-taki, te maria, te minia, te tini me te mano o mā taki-taki maina. Toru te kau mā miniti te roanga o ngā hawhe ki tēnei o ngā whakataitai. Really important to get points on just before half-time. There'll be, I suppose both coaches will be okay going into the sheds with their efforts on both sides.
They will, yeah, I agree with that too. It's anyone's game, of course, isn't it? And that's what you want. You need to be in touch at half-time. They'll be disappointed, I think, the home team, that they didn't capitalise after scoring those 2 tries. Conceding the 2 penalties at kickable range, yes, and the penalty try. So maybe they'll be just a little dissatisfied, so they're going to have to work harder to control their discipline better so that they're not conceding the infringements. But yeah, it's still it's open for all players in the second half, quite obviously, and that one has not gone straight.
Ana, kāri tō tika te whiu. Ana ngā kairiwhi e tatari mai nā kia eke. Rāno rātou ki runga I te whira.
Good crowd on hand here this afternoon too. Mums, dads, and I was to say wives and girlfriends, but I think probably not wives. Good young fellas out here on show today. Hope you're enjoying the action. Māori active through Whakata Māori, thanks to New Zealand Carbon Farming Caltex. We've helped to bring all of this on stage.
Tūmeke ohorere anau ki te kaha. O te haukainga nei ki roto I ngā nono ke nei. You know, even though Hamilton boys don't have the feed of the scrum, they're still certainly putting a lot of pressure. And scrumming moments. Me matara, te kapa o Rotorua, ki tērā tū āhuatanga.
Jai Tamati takes it from the scrum basin now, just trying to be incisive and inventive with their attack, using their outside men. They'll come back into the middle and try and utilise the forwards. Good defensive work there from Jamie Brewer, who goes down, and Tamati sends the ball down the other end of the field. It bounces towards touch on the far side, and we'll have another throw-in. We're not too far away, obviously. That timepiece in the corner of your screen is really a guide. We're in the hands of the officials and the referee, of course, for stoppage of play to signal half-time. Here's an opportunity at the back half, and now some wheels and some peels. Here he comes again, the talented Tui Vailala. Steps back on the inside, pops it up nicely to Ollie Mathis, who continues the drive. In they come. The ball has been secured here now by Rotorua, and some wheels down the left edge as well. Stepping back on the inside comes Taute, and he's trying to set up a piece of magic. Delivered up, numbers out on the right. Here he is again. It's Tupou, who goes crashing into his defenders right in front of the sticks, 25 out from the line. Across field, linking up as Omua comes into the action. This is Omua once again. He's very elusive, has a wonderful step, and leaves the ball ready for the takers. Sangato gets hold of the ball, the big prop forward, and now sending it wide, just trying to link up here and find some space, and nailed under plenty of pressure there is Brooke Mitchell. And there's half time here, an entertaining first half of rugby here in the Super 8 final. 13 points to 12, half time. Thanks for watching here on Māori Active and Whakaata Māori. The crowd are enjoying it a lot. We are too, and I hope you are at home as well. Lead up to me, stay with us. We're going to take a little break, come back, and we'll have a look at the highlights of that first half. But it's been one heck of a game so far, and we're in for a big, big conclusion to this year's Super 8 final from Hamilton.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex. No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay and App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
Gonna go now. Going once. Going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Kia ora, welcome back. It's good to have you. As you can see, both teams know that they're in for a tussle here today, and we had a couple of tries that were scored by Hamilton. Penalty try and a deserved penalty try also, and 2 penalties, what we have in the scoreline here. But if either team thought that they were going to be able to dominate or run away with this one, that's not the case. Hamilton Boys High School and Rotorua well matched here. Hamilton came into the game unbeaten this year. Not so for the boys from the Sulphur City, but they've played with great courage, great skill and determination as well. Now, this first try was exceptional, and the centre showing great class.
Koia, ko te hononga, me ki ngā paumuri e tākoro ngā tahi ana. That was a great example of fluidity, combinations, connections between the 2 centres there. Being able to feed Tui Vailala. He goes in for the first try for Kirikiriroa. Here's Mathis with the gutsy effort charging down the footy. Ana, koia ko te piro Hamane, piro meki o te kapa o Rotorua. That was a penalty try there under the sticks, and also a man in the bin for that back moment, that back phase of the first half.
And just here you can see them. There's the effort to repel the charge late here from Hamilton Boys High School. Really courageous. There's another look here at Tupou. Sione Tupou. As we say, 19 tries in 2022, and obviously one to keep an eye out for. And this is the penalty that ultimately allowed the visitors to take a 1-point lead into the half-time break. Crowd enjoying themselves very much here this afternoon. It's a very proud school, Hamilton Boys High School, and of course rugby's very much part of their culture from the get-go. And of course these guys, they leave school, a lot of them, with great pride, having played first 15 rugby. Not all of them will go on to regional or representative footy, but you know, it's a time in your life you can treasure the friendships you make. And of course there's still work to be done in the next 35 minutes. We'll take another break. We'll be back to you in a moment with kickoff.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Hoki mai anō e te iwi ki tēnei whiringa toa whakamutunga o te kapa whakataitai takiwaru o Aotearoa Super 8 Rugby Grand Final. Kirikiri Roa Boys, the home school, down by a point, down by a whisker, Dale, to Rotorua Boys High, 13 points to 12.
Just a whisker as we're underway here. I'm really looking forward to this next half of footy. It's going to be solid if that first half was anything to go by. And plenty of support here for the style of footy these guys have brought to the table today. So conscious of field position early on too. There's the throw in here for Hamilton.
Good efforts all round on display in the first half, Dale. I can't put my finger on one player in particular. Forwards have been laying the platform and backs have been showing some class.
Well, they're getting it wide real quick and effectively with razor sharp passes. There's been a turnover here too, and Rotorua will have the ball. Tamati's been really good too, and his option taking has been superb as Thummer gets hold of the ball, and a penalty. So a chance for a bit of a roll on here. They'll settle themselves down. Might even consider the shot at goal.
Ana Koiapu, Dale Keys Van Heiden. He's certainly brought his kicking boots this afternoon. He's got a sweet left boot. So Kakaio Yakukupu.
Yeah, well, commentators curse, of course, suggesting that he'd kick for the 3 points, but instead it's gone out after being transferred down. I think the kicker there was Brodie Robinson, maybe, for Hamilton Boys High School. So here he is, Tupou to throw in for Kata Māori, Māori Active. Pleased to host this Super 8 final here, and big ups to all of you who are enjoying it too, both live and of course it's posted on YouTube. You're able to watch it at your leisure and convenience. And for our family members who may be across the other side of the globe as well, there's a chance for them to have a look at some of our localised rugby here for our young fellas. And of course, rugby's really taken off too with the Whara Palmer Cup and the like. So, Wahine, rugby's a really great option for the same reasons it's been enjoyed for so long. The teamwork, the camaraderie, the whakawhanaungatanga that's involved in team sport. It's wonderful to celebrate and be involved in. So here's the scrum feed for Russ. Holding up at the back of the scrum, peeled off the back to Ollie Mathis. Might be feeling like he's got to take the bull by the horns. He's one of the class acts here for the home team as it goes back to the fullback Spencer. Plenty on that one as it's turned back onto the inside for Maraki Aumua. I like the way he rolls a lot. Tama Hodgson is in with some good defensive work.
Kare no pia kia tino kite I ngā pukenga. Ngā waiwai para huti huti. Te tautīrai raka, ngā tohu ngā tepe. Ngā waiwai hangi a ngā uri o Fiji. Haven't really seen the Fijian Flyers just yet, Dale.
No, they haven't had as many opportunities as last time we called them, which was back in Rotorua a month or so ago when they lined up against Gisborne. Both Malaki Thama and Waisaka Salembo were exceptional. And Malaki Aumua as well. You know, these three, if they can get the ball in hand, I tell you what, they'll really light up the stage.
Dangerous. That's a very dangerous back three, isn't it?
Very. But they just haven't had quite the opportunities they need. This is Rangi Wailunovic. It's just probably from Dargaville. I was talking with Ethan, who put together the clip. He says that our speaker was from Ngāpui, you know, the young fella, in the first piece. And I'm pretty sure that Rangi from Dargaville. That ball's gone down and scooped upon. This is going to be dangerous here. Rolling forward, come Rotorua, and that ball's just been knocked on. So they had a little opportunity. In fact, it's to be a penalty for a bit of yapping at the referee. They don't take kindly to that sort of thing.
Katahi anō ka kite I te tere o tērā o ngā parirau. Just saw a glimpse of that Fijian Flyer as we talked him up. We'll have a look at him scooping up the pill once again. Does well to stay on his feet and feed the offload. Picks the ball up here again.
What's happened here?
Slight maka whakamua. Slight knock on, mate.
Tom McCarthy. Climbing, nicely taken at the back by Mac Russ.
Kirikiri roll with the footy here. On the right-hand edge of the field. Just 40 metres from their own line. Loose pass there from the halfback who's had the ball on the string really from both teams. Good distribution for the bulk of the game.
Here's Linovic, manages to get the kick away. Back to Aumua. Glides across the field, the fullback. Beautiful little pass, cleverly delivered there to Van der Hayden, who sends it back up on the inside where it's taken by the big number 5 for Hamilton Boys High, Tama Hodgson, but he in turn loses it. That ball's gone backwards. Play on, the referee signals as it comes to the back to Malakai Thama, and then a knock on the far side of the field. Hamana Daute couldn't quite handle the jandle that time around, but that's okay. Still they're all putting their all in there. Let's have another look here. This is Malakai Thama.
Engari anō te mataku, te matapiko rānei. These young men aren't afraid of flicking the ball from side to side.
Yeah, some deft little touches there.
Marae rugby.
Maybe. The old Māori styles. If it's on, it's gone. Russ. Good solid defence there that time too far. I think it was Van der Hayden, cleverly done. But still, with the home team Hamilton, with numbers down the left edge, creating something. This man is dangerous. He scored the first try. Toi Vailala. It's still there though for Hamilton boys. Hodgson this time around.
E hoki anō ki te taka whakamua I mua no atu. No advantage there. Ref's bringing it back to the knock-on. Tui Vailala. We saw him in the early stages of the game with the opening try here. Kia tūpato ki aia.
Well, quite obviously he needs to see more of the ball, doesn't he? And he has to get that ball in his hands. He's the danger man. Spencer too chiming in there, but Toi Vailala looks like he's got what it takes to bust this defensive line. I'm sure that there'll be some changes ringing in soon. This is the grand final. They've been working real hard out there, these young men. You see the water break. Be much appreciated.
Yeah, I'd just like to acknowledge both teams and schools in general, Dale, that have had really quite a interrupted education for the past 2-3 years with COVID, learning virtually online, Zooms after Zooms. No doubt there's digital fatigue kicking in for a lot of people, but they're back on the fields smashing one another. Just what they love.
That's what they love doing. And it's a really good point you make too, because part of the schooling experience is the physicality of the phys ed side of your education. And a lot of them, while they might be sort of getting by with their school work and, as you say, the digital learning regime, this chance to have weekend sporting or weekly sporting encounters with other schools from around the hood, it's what makes school fun.
There's some perks as well. I remember First 15 at St. Peter's College, they had their own line at the tuck shop.
Oh, they
didn't have to line up.
Oh, they didn't.
Double happies.
No, so we can't have that's First 15ism. We can't have that.
That's not on.
That's not on.
Back to the action.
Here we go then. Now they're starting to create something as Spencer puts the drive through. He's getting some support. He's lost the football though. Plenty of turnovers, but really impressed by Joe Tamate's efforts here today. Skillful young half, and emerging out of the pack comes O'Moore. Get some clearance. Keith van der Hayden steers it towards touch on the far side of the field, but he doesn't get it. This is Rangi Wailunovic who gets hold of it this time. Plenty on that kick. Angle towards the corner. And the line out just a few metres away from the try line.
Yeah, great outcome there for the home side. Awesome kick, touch finder. Like you say, there's been quite a few turnovers this back end of the second half.
Beautiful take, fabulous, climbing high. Plucked it out of the air, and then the drive downfield. Well, that was a really good response there from Rotorua Boys. The line-out work's been pretty handy here this hour. Taumanu Walker and shot for Rotorua Boys High School.
Beautiful mullet there, I might add as well.
There are some fine examples of mullets on the field and in the crowd surrounding the field, no doubt, as we see some good defensive effort coming in here. But here's an opportunity for Hamilton. The crowd will get behind them here too. Brody Robinson comes in from the left wing, and now there's a bit of have a go there as well. It was Mac Russ and Sione Tupou. There was no punches thrown. It was like a wriggle-a-thon.
Was that Jake the Russ?
Like I say, look at them there. Look at Sione Tupou. Yeah, let's
turn it up, bro. Pick on some in your own size. And even the crowd still having a chuckle too. A bit of a mismatch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really.
Surprised the ref didn't get in there and break it up or blow a whistle. Anywho, 13 points to 12.
It's on.
We still got the $20 wager on it there, Dale?
Listen, this is high school sport. You're not allowed to bet.
Responsibly.
You never square up anyway. It's a good kick. Downtown it comes. So what's Payson going to do this time around? This is right. Oh, look for some support, but the support got smashed. To ground goes Angiwai Lunovic. He's a tough hombre, though. He'll be to his feet in a moment, and he is. So on the far side of the field, a little bit of a kickathon here.
Yeah, bit of force back.
And again, do you think?
Anna.
Yes, it is.
The kiki to a far there, finds touch.
Breaks left.
35 out.
Finds touch, and they want to get on with it quickly. And to do.
Bit of a goosey from Campese.
Campese?
Check the rust there with the footy, feeds it back to his...
That's Lunovic with the kick.
Yep.
Rotorua Boys High School up by 1 point. This is Toadsy. He gets sorted on D. Now down the right side. Trying to inject themselves here. This is Salambao. Dupont. Rolls forward like a Sherman tank sometimes. Sione Dupont. Coming back to find some support. It's Hamilton. Boys scramble for the football. Beautifully done. Off the feet. Play on, says the referee. Fair call too. And the home team have the football and now trying to create something. Literally out of nothing down the left edge they come. The ball's been dropped though. Jamie Brewer had it there. It just literally fell out of his hands as he was running along. And probably a few words exchanged as well. Let's have another look here. You've got to celebrate the willingness to get involved in that time around. Time in the run to perfection. And the defender.
Te rutu tau, te rutu tai aha. Taka te poro ano nei he hopi. Just dropped it like soap there. Unfortunately, he's had a good game. Both number sevens from both sides. I'll take the hat off.
Some running repairs here. It's tight, it's tough, it is all on the line. It's intense and it's a lot of fun. I'm sure everyone who's here today supporting the game will be really pleased with how things are. Sometimes lopsided games don't have a great deal of appeal, but this one's got a lot of fight in it, eh? And I mean fight in the best way too. Just, you know, hard graft, intensity. So it's been played in good spirit for the most part.
Tino ora nei te pāhara keke. Our futuporo, our rugby union is in good hands with the quality, with the kaunga o te tākaro I tēnei ahiahi.
Remember, there's 70-minute games here, so as I say, that's a bit of a guide. The score clock on the top left of your screen. Give you an idea what we're looking at here. So everyone's had a chance to have a bit of a breather. Tough defensive scrum from the far side. Good defensive scrum too from Rotorua, but it is... Sorry, defensive effort from Hamilton. It is Rotorua who has it. Good release.
Ai, koia. Ka whai wāhi mai ko te minenga. E mātaki mai nā, the supporting crowd is certainly going to get behind their lads in the last just under half an hour to go. 13 points to 12. Whakaata Māori bringing you coverage of the Super 8 Grand Final between Rotorua Boys and Hamilton Boys. As we see some of the whānau here. Nannies, koros, aunties and uncles.
Yeah, it's great support here for the young fellas from Hamilton Boys, as there should be too. Unbeaten in 2022, and here, of course, the Super 8 title on the line, the Mayaska Cup likewise. Both teams, competing hard for possession. Certainly goes in there trying to split things up. Things will be getting hot. They'll be keeping an eye on the scoreboard and realising that this is do or die material. It's probably an unfortunate material. It's not do or die. I mean, it's a game of footy in the end. But, I guess that's more of a cliche. The commentators use as almost like salt and pepper.
But as you say, as the time does tick by, the clock sort of becomes your worst enemy.
Well, Max Hutchings came out of that encounter too. Throwing his arms in the air. Good solid run from Totier. To the line, and there's a crunching tackle midfield.
He fell over, sir.
He fell over, sir.
Here's a Caltex replay once again of the line speed. Good, solid contact. Ooh, slight hint of no arms here. Nari ki hai te kaiwawao, te referee rānei I kite. Here's the line speed once. Oh, one off the ruck, one off the scrum.
Tote got sort of sandwiched, and as you say, I wasn't sure that Ollie Mathis had used his arms that time around. So looking at the danger being on both sides, we still haven't seen this guy Tupou, and we know that he's got plenty to offer. As mentioned in the commentary, 19 tries this year. It's in with the football, he just sort of emerges out of the pack, and he's a big guy, and they sort of come around and muscle around him, and he's still there. He is super problematic at the moment. Delivered up for Sangato. Beautiful for Salimbao. On the far side, lays it up nicely, scooped up off the ground by Tamati, working back on the inside for Sabatini. Plenty of good work today from Jai Tamati. The fly half here, scrum half, I should say, for the Rotorua Boys High School team. He's had an awesome game, delivering some quality ball. And now they're in line to cause some problems as Ravudi takes it close to Max Hutchings. Hutchings likes it big and tough in the middle of the park. He's managed to give it some good field position as well. And out the far side comes Sabatini coming back onto the inside. Look out, Hamilton. Rotorua have got their eye on the prize and trying to grind his way forward is Tupou. He's just a metre out from the try line. They're trying to steal one here. They need to control the football. The referee's well positioned. They'll have another tilt at it. Won't get through this time as well. Hamilton, hands on the ball. They decide to go wide, and they're looking for the numbers, and here's the Fijian flyer, and he's dragged down. What a tackle. What a beautiful try-saving effort in the corner there. Because it looked like Salimbao was going to go all the way.
Great example of resilience. How many phases that the Rotorua boys have on the Hamilton boys line. As you say, Dale, copybook tackle.
Brodie Robinson, well, hats off to you, Brodie. I really thought that, I thought he was in for all money. But not so. Plenty of fight left here in the home team, fighting for their unbeaten reputation for this season's rugby. That's the like about what's going on now. Let's have a look which way this is lit. Intensity's really lifting as Bailey Carmichael gets up. A look of satisfaction on his face. We've earned it, he says.
Ai te katau e hoa, kua hoki mai anō te pōro ki te kapa o Rotorua. Nā rātou anō I pupuri, I mauheretia. Anā te tohu tērā o te hari, o te koa. Stoked with their effort in holding the ball up, and which obviously deems a change of possession.
Well, Well, I'd also like to acknowledge the 14 guys on the side of the track here. Both teams pretty much unchanged since the start of the game. Intensity has been there, and obviously the coaches think that they've got the formula for success as we get back into the live action. And here's another threatening effort here, back on the inside, the angled run for Thummer. He's close to the line this time. Here he is, Tupou, who comes at the back. Big Sione, is he going to scoop and drive? Sione, he's still there, but the try is not. Hamilton scrambling, trying to climb across the top of the Brooke Mitchell. They'll try and go out to the left-hand side. Holding it up. Showing good patience there is Tote. Back on the inside, finding Brooke Mitchell now. The big number 7 will deliver up. Is that Leo Sangato? Instead, it's 38, Walker. Walker supported in the middle there by Ravudi. Tamati. Tote. Omua. Pops the pass, Omua. Round the outside comes Tote once again. This defence from Hamilton is being superb, but how long can they continue? Coming phase after phase at the moment here. Driving forward with skill and direction. That ball's gone backwards. It's still all on out wide. Into the hands of Vanderheyden. Can they still control the ball here, Rotorua? Climbing over the top of his teammates is Mitchell. And then eventually the ball is snaffled by Lunovic. He's unable to get the ball away. Player down and back play. We may or may not hear a little bit more of that. But ambitious with the football. Willing to give it some air, some hot stepping now. Back on the inside. Will reset. Looking to recycle the football.
Players down everywhere, Dale.
Omua. Tote. Tote has taken in a good defensive effort. And once again, it's the impressive Brodie Robinson. And they earn themselves a penalty. Well, that was amazing defensive work. Real quality from the home team, Hamilton Boys High School. Exceptional.
Defence wins games. Ahakoa, ko tahi piro rātau e whai ana I te kapo o Rotorua. Just a true example of effort in those areas. They can be really proud of that phase, holding out Rotorua boys for a good 10 minutes on their own line.
Really quite exceptional. And while he hasn't featured all that much, Brodie Robinson has had some really superb touches and defensively at most crucial times. If they come away with a win here, they can certainly shout a Powerade or two to Brodie Robinson. I can give you that. He's put together some really nice tackles at the most crucial of times. Finally, some possession here for Hamilton boys. Here he is, Tui Vailala. Always a danger. Here's a hole shot. It's Peyton Spencer. Peyton Spencer has the ball. Spencer will go all the way. Spencer gets to the line, reaches out, slams it down. Says, here's fight for you, fellas. Out of nothing. This wonderful athlete came chiming through and received the ball there from Tui Vailala, and then he did all the work himself and wove his way to the line as the Hamilton Boys High School supporters celebrate. What a run from Peyton Spencer.
Yeah, his boys were wrapped with his effort just then. He even received a kiss on the cheek for his doings. We see once again the fullback chime in, and good footwork there from Tui Vailala. Showed good skills with being able to offload. Here's Spencer once again, off the right foot, cutting back inside, shows good grit and determination, bumps off one, and crawls his way to the line and stretches the mid out and scores right next to the post.
Well, that's what you want to see here. See if he gets through the line. We don't go to the bunker anyway. It's good enough for us, good enough for you, good enough for Spencer, good enough for Hamilton Boys. Well, talk about weathering the storm, though, for 10 minutes and then coming good, forcing the turnover and then trying to do something creative with it. Obviously, we've been talking up Aki Tui Vailala, but really, Peyton Spencer had a heck of a lot of work to do, angled across, and you described it well Moiho. Just used as a tall player too. But that was, had he been a little short, I don't think he would have got to the line. But he used every single piece of what he had at his disposal to get the job done. 19-13. Still a ways to go. But that'll be making those around the sideline here all pretty much Hamilton High School supporters much more comfortable looking at the scoreline now as we get another look at this wonderful effort from the fullback.
Ki te kore koutou e mohio kuia ko te tamatane, te tama, a Carlos Spencer. Ana, kare kore ka hari ko te papa. His dad will be pretty pleased with his effort.
Yeah, loss. You know, it's hard for kids who's got famous sporting pedigree. I think Peyton's building his own mana, standing on his own feet and his own achievements. But there might be something with the genetics too. We'll acknowledge that. But Ngami to Spencer Clan, Spencer Farnett, and of course the young fella there is showing he's got some real skill. Back into the action. They won't give up though. We've got just on 9 minutes to play here in the final. There's 6 points in it. Don't write him off as Malaki Thama toes one through. Now the chase is on. Will it be too heavy, too deep? Or does it sit up and bounce back? Oh, the old oval ball can do some real tricks. But it doesn't this time. And the score remains 19-16.
Miharo te kite I te waiwai katau.
19-13, my apologies.
Nice right foot step there from one of the Fijian boys. I thought someone was pushing up on the inside rather than putting it on the toe. However, kare kore ka eke mai e te hi o ngā kairiwhia hei ko ako ake nei. Some of the subs will be coming on to give the lads a bit of a pick-me-up.
That was really the turning point, wasn't it, there? Because the two have held their ground for 10 minutes. It's wonderful. And then to turn over possession and immediately concede for the Rotorua boys will be pretty disappointing. We'll try and keep you posted on the changes that we can see from our end. 18 is in the mix, that's Troy Harmey. 20 for Hamilton Boys High School is Mitchell Swan. A number of changes occurring here, understandably. These two squads pretty gassed. It's been a free-flowing and fast game of footy. 19 on the mix too is Joshua Norman, right flanker there. Now let's see if the fresh legs are going to add a interesting dimension to the last 8 minutes of play. There's the check, Lunovic. He's been very good this afternoon, and it's taken at the back. And that's been charged down. And the referee says that's okay, Rotorua still have it. Takes Van der Hayden with his left foot, sends it well downfield. And kicking for touch on the far side. And it is Van der Hayden. Yeah, some really fine efforts. Marki Aumoi here. Two good fullbacks, Spencer O'Moore. That was touched obviously by a Hamilton Boys player. As we see Will Martin. Congratulations from his coach. Changes have been brought to bear. So, Rotorua. Some skillful scrummaging, mauling and rucking here on show from these two talented teams of young men. Waiting for the ball to come back. And now, Mitchell. That one's been left behind, but play on. And emerging out of the break is Josh Norman. Far side of the field, flick back on the inside. Smart play. Mitchell again keeps it rolling on. So Moore's still got plenty of confidence. 6 to play here. A turnover. Found it back. Scrambling for the football. Downfield it goes. Here's O'Moore. He's just looking for a hold shot. Can't find it. Good defence. Zach Coffey again coming in to snuff out the run. Short side. Not sure that the kicking's going to get them there with 5 minutes to play. Okay, when you're in the lead, as Peyton Spencer sends it downtown too.
Nudge and a half, that one. Good display of game management, these fullbacks. Beautiful kick.
Proud trophies up here, 2 proud schools on show. It's Māori Active Super 8 final for 2022.
Ana kia mōhio ai koutou. He toru, he whitu tekau meneti te roanga o tēnei kēmu. Toru tekau mārima meneti ia haurua. Ana ko ngā meneti whakamutunga tēnei.
A last-minute converted try wins it, if it obviously stays at the scoreline. The defence has been exceptional. I can't sing the praises enough there of Brodie Robinson and the way that he was able to take out Salem Bow. He looked like he was in for all money. With the football now is Bailey Carmichael.
Like you say, Dale, a converted try wins the game. Really feeling it now. This is where the afterburners kick in, or you'd hope.
Well, fortune favours the bold. You check. Obviously, you've got to give the ball some air. We've had periods there where Rotorua Boys High School have had maintained for multiple phases. But likewise, the defensive qualities of their opponents have stood firm. But I'm expecting to see, with ball in hand, the boys in the Sulphur City giving it one last crack.
Yeah, big mihi also to the Stream Shop and Whakata Māori for showcasing rugby talent.
Well, that's exactly what they didn't need. Yeah, likewise, down with that. Stream Shop guys do an awesome job of bringing the pickies to us here across Whakata Māori. Dan Helen, all the camera guys, and Chucky is our director today. Thanks to them. You're enjoying the action wherever you are, whatever device you'd like to utilise. His break leg with the football. 16's going to call Kuhu. So the changes have been effective. A little stabbing styled kick, bounces up nicely to O'Moore. Well, while they're keen to get it down the other end of the field, I can understand that too. They really want to kick the ball in hand as well. This is Curtis Hunter. And he finds touch. So maybe a chance here, at closer range, for Rotorua Boys High School.
Me ana te referee I pā te ringa o titihi atu. No reira ka hoki anō te pōro ki te kapo o Kirikiriroa.
Not too far away here.
Just over a couple of minutes, under a couple of minutes to go. Been a great display of rugby union, Dale.
Oh, of Rangataki Sport A.
Anna.
You know, plenty of neat things on show here. Bit of attitude, super intensity, and sportsmanship has been wonderful as well, and skill levels high. Curtis Hanna with the ball and round the outside, trying to find a way through Hamilton Boys High School. Not long to go. We've got a few thoughts too from the captains of the squads post-match. As you see, I think that's Waisake Salambao who's down, is it? Or maybe it's Malakai Thama. That is a 13 or 11 there.
Go Matoru.
Well, there we go. Yeah, so that's Malakai Thama. There'll be a few sore bodies, no doubt, on the trip back home. Be invited in, as they always do in rugby fixtures, to enjoy a K together. Not far to go. Will it be Hamilton Boys High School maintaining their unbeaten record for 2022? Or will something else happen in these last few moments as Rotorua Boys High School get the surge on, get the push on, get the roll on? Here we go. They've got the ball. How are they going to use it? Kicking's not going to get them there. They need to fight all the way. And there is a penalty. Pointless thinking of the 3 points here.
Ai moku ake ka whakatau pea he nonoke. Ki Wainganui pū te whira. Te āhua ne he whanaki waho ke te mahi. Thought they'll pack a scrum down. They might do the good old-fashioned blow over try, Mr. Husband.
They might do that, Mr. Husband. Let's see what occurs here.
But they need the kick to win.
That's right. They need the conversion if they do get across to secure victory. Who's most likely? What about the guy throwing in the ball? Will he come around? Is he going to get it? He's a powerhouse. Here's Sione Dupo. That's him with the football, Mr. Husband. Here he comes now, Sione Dupo. Can you see him? He's in the pack there somewhere. They're driving him. He's in the middle. He's the Sherman tank. Can he get there? At this stage, yet, no, but it's not finished yet. Is he over the line? He scored the try. In fact, it's held up, is it?
He piro, Papa.
He piro.
Ana.
Aye. Well, who's credited with it? The big fella. Or Sione Dupo. He was in the middle there, and he wants to thank the referee.
Tana piro rua te kau tēnei o te tau. 20 tries this year, and the most important try of the season.
My goodness. Yeah, Moiho.
Dale.
They're hugging him, so I'm reckoning it is him. Sione Dupo. He sort of got lost. He got lost in it all. They were all around him.
The backs went in.
Everybody. And look, the referee's right there. And he's looking for the ball. Good coverage, guys. Good coverage. Here it comes.
Johnny on the spot.
Look at that. What a try. And now, the most important, drum roll please, kick of his career. All right, let's drum roll then. There we go. Here's Van der Hayden. Are you going to do it for the lads? 1918. Van der Hayden! Van der Hayden! Van der Hayden wins it and Rotorua still victory. What a fabulous finish. Rotorua Boys High School in the Super 8, and Hamilton shake their heads in disbelief as the Rotorua players are swamped, and the celebrations will continue in the Sulphur City long into the night. Oh yeah, what a finish here for the Super 8. So pleased to be able to bring it to you here on Whakaata Māori. And there's Sione Dupo's mum. She's in tears, or why wouldn't she be? They've wrapped him up as though he was in the mall yet again. Fabulous images, fabulous game of footy, wonderful last-second result.
Kāre aku kupu, Dale, kāre aku kupu. Me pē he au e whakairo oku whakaaro mō tēnei tukinga I waenga nui a kirikiri roa me Rotorua, kātahi te whakamutunga ko tēnā.
Oh, well, here he goes. He's Van Hayden, and he splits the sticks. And look at them erupt. Look at them watching. They're thinking, come on, Keys.
on, bro,
Come
please.
on, bro, please.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, that's the way, eh, fellas? That's it.
Look at the bros on the side,
This
praying.
is cool. Yeah.
E whakawhetai ana.
Oh, I tell you.
Yeah,
There
buddy.
they go. Couldn't stop them. Oh, they've driven up from Rotorua to support
That's
their
right,
mates.
mate. One thing's getting the dub, and the other thing is the dub on someone else's home turf.
Well, that's absolutely wonderful.
Tau. E mihi ana ki ngā kapa e rua. Aha kua ka hore pea tēnei i te otinga atu ma te kapa o kirikiri roa. Me mihi ka tika. A ki te manawa nui, ki te manawa titi, ki te manawa roa o te kapa o Rotorua. Te Rotorua nui o kahumata momoi. Mihi ana ki ngā āhuatanga i tūtū mai i te kēmu. I tēnei rā. Big ups, big mihi. Big raps to both teams for an outstanding example of grit, determination. Awesome rugby on show here at Hamilton Boys. Obviously not the result intended for the hometown. However, credit is due where credit's deserved. Nō reira, ko rātou, ko te kapa o Rotorua I eke panuku, a eke tangaroa ki tēnei o ngā tukinga, te whiringa toa whakamutunga. 20 points to 19, 13 points to 12 at half-time. The Tongan Thor jumped in and drove his team to victory. E tika tonu ana kia mihia ki te rā o ngā tū whāngai, a Keys Van der Hayden. Shortly, Dale will be standing by for an interview with both captains. But let's just revel in the moment. Rotorua Boys successful with the Super 8 Championship. Two taonga up for line, also smiles all round. Winners are grinners. Good display of futuboro uniana. Ara Ethan Smith e mihi atu ana ki te rā o ngā kai tākoro rawera wātu. Sione tupou. Tui Vailala, ko ia te kaipiro tuatahi. Mathis, te kaipiro tuarua. Spencer, te kaipiro tuatoru. Kātahi, ko te piro whakamutunga o Rotorua a Sione Tupou, and that conversion kick to win the game. Tatari tonu ana kia rongo I ngā kōrero o ngā kai kāpene o ia kapa. Kāre kore e pauri ana te tihi, e harikora wātu ana te tihi atu. Ana te piro whakamutunga, me te hū peke peke haere o ngā kai tautoko. Nei rā no te kiki, whakamutunga. I awara wātu. Ana, te ngaru tāngata e eke ana I te whira, e whakātu atu ana I te aroha, mo tā rātou tīma. Me mihi kā tika. Unfortunate for Hamilton Boys, who were undefeated for the season. We'll throw to one of the captains standing by with Dale Husband.
Well, Brooke, congratulations. I mean, you know, that was a real fight right to the end, and to get across the line and to get your mate slot the conversion. I mean, just wonderful. Who would you like to pay tribute to here at this moment?
Just everyone, all our supporters, our coaching staff, everyone. You know, it's not just us, it's everyone behind the scenes as well, so I was just the big ups to them as well, so thank you.
And your opponents as well. You know, they've been good all season, and it was a real gutsy effort from both teams there this afternoon. But doesn't that epitomise sport, that if you fight you can get the result, even though you might not have come into the contest as favourites?
Yeah, we always had belief, all week we had belief that Hamilton are a quality side, and we knew that going into this game we had to be on our best and play the full 70. And I think bit of luck at the end, and got us through.
And of course, big Sione's been a try-scoring machine for you guys this year, and he's managed to grind that one out and to get you in a position to pick up the victory. Must be pretty pleased with the way that the forward pack went today.
Yeah, and I think he scored about 50 tries in the season. So big ups to him, and thank you.
Thank you. Good talking with you. Hey, mate. Well, listen, I know you'll be disappointed, and that we're just talking about how these last moments can epitomise sport, and so you had it there right to the last minute. You must be really gutted.
Yeah, we're gutted, but that's what we play sport for. That is rugby, so yeah, proud of the boys still.
Yeah, it was a fabulous game. Some periods you were defending for what seemed like 5-7 minutes at a time, and your winger pulled off a sensational tackle late. You got one back yourselves and sort of were right in the hunt. What would you say about Super 8 rugby and what it means to the high school sporting community?
It's fantastic, our high school rugby. It means everything to our school.
Thanks a lot, mate. I'll just swing across and take in the haka. Congratulations, though. Congratulations.
Ko te reo tēnā o ngā kai kāpene e rua ana. Te ka haka tautoko o ngā toa whai e waka. Rua mano rua te kaua rua. Looks like the winner. Haka. Rotorua Boys. Haka tēnā anō I puta mai I ngā waha o ngā toa whakaihu waka Whakaata Māori Stream Shop Super 8 Rugby proudly showcasing talent. The Pāhara Keke of Rugby Union is in very good hands. 20 points to 19. Rotorua Boys High School champions for 2022. Hope you enjoy the action. Mā te wā.